You know, it's part of human nature to want to understand how the world around us works. From the earliest civilizations watching the stars to modern scientists building machines that can look deep into space and inside the atom itself, curiosity has always driven progress. It's how we learn to harness fire, build cities, cure diseases, and explore other planets. And yet, despite everything we've achieved, there are still moments when science has to pause and admit something uncomfortable. There are phenomena that we can observe, measure, and document, but not fully explain. These aren't myths or legends passed down through folklore. They're real events that continue to puzzle experts around the world. So, in today's video, we're going to explore 10 of the strangest phenomena that scientists still can't explain, starting with mysteries that challenge what we think we know about reality itself. Number 10. The Taos Hum, New Mexico. The town of Taos in New Mexico looks like a quiet and unremarkable place to most people who pass through it. But for some residents, there's something deeply unsettling about living there. For decades, people have reported hearing a persistent low-frequency sound that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's become known as the Taos Hum and is usually described as a deep rumbling noise, similar to a distant diesel engine or heavy machinery running far away. What makes the phenomenon particularly strange is that not everyone can hear it. Only a small percentage of the population seems affected, and for those who are, the sound can be constant and impossible to ignore. Many people say it disrupts their sleep, causes headaches, and creates a constant feeling of anxiety. Over the years, scientists, engineers, and even government agencies have tried to find the source. They've investigated industrial equipment, underground pipelines, electrical systems, seismic activity, and even military installations, but no single explanation has ever been confirmed. In some cases, sensitive recording equipment fails to detect anything unusual at all. Despite numerous studies and investigations, the Taos Hum continues unexplained, forcing some residents to leave the town entirely just to escape the sound. Number 9. The wow signal. In 1977, astronomers working with a radio telescope at Ohio State University detected something extraordinary. For just 72 seconds, a powerful radio signal appeared to come from deep space. It was strong, narrow in frequency, and unlike anything they had recorded before. When astronomer Jerry Emin reviewed the data, he was so shocked that he circled the signal on the printout and wrote a single word beside it: wow. The signal appeared to come from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius and matched many of the characteristics scientists would expect from a non-natural source. But here's the problem: the signal was never detected again. Despite decades of searching and repeated attempts to observe the same region of space, nothing similar has ever appeared. Scientists have proposed many explanations, including natural cosmic phenomena, reflections from space debris, or unknown astrophysical events, but none fully account for the signal's properties. While scientists are cautious about drawing conclusions, the wow signal remains one of the most intriguing unanswered questions in astronomy and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Number 8. Ball lightning. Lightning is something we think we understand fairly well, but there's one form of it that continues to defy explanation. Ball lightning has been reported for centuries by people all over the world. Witnesses describe glowing spheres of light appearing during thunderstorms, floating through the air, moving against the wind, and sometimes even passing through solid objects like walls or windows. These luminous balls can last several seconds and vary in size from a small marble to something as large as a basketball. In some cases, they've been reported to explode violently, causing damage or injury. For a long time, scientists dismissed ball lightning as a myth or a misinterpretation of ordinary lightning. But over time, credible eyewitness accounts and rare photographic evidence forced researchers to take it seriously. Laboratory experiments have managed to recreate plasma formations that resemble ball lightning, but none fully replicate its behavior in the real world. Despite modern physics and advanced instrumentation, scientists still don't know exactly what ball lightning is, how it forms, or why it behaves the way it does. As we move further down the list, the mysteries only become more unsettling. Some challenge the laws of physics themselves, while others raise uncomfortable questions about human perception and the nature of consciousness. And the deeper we go, the clearer it becomes that even in the age of advanced technology and global research, there are still things happening around us that science simply isn't ready to explain. Number 7. The Bermuda Triangle. Few places on Earth have captured the imagination of the public quite like the Bermuda Triangle. Located in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, roughly between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this region has become infamous for the unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft over the past century. Stories describe vessels vanishing without sending distress signals, planes losing contact with air traffic control, and navigation instruments behaving erratically. Some of the most famous cases include Flight 19, a group of U.S. Navy training planes that disappeared in 1945, and the USS Cyclops, a massive cargo ship that vanished with over 300 people on board in 1918. While skeptics argue that many of these incidents can be explained by bad weather, human error, or heavy shipping traffic, there are still cases that defy easy explanation. Reports of strange lights, sudden storms, and magnetic anomalies continue to fuel speculation. Despite decades of investigation, no single theory fully accounts for all the incidents associated with the Bermuda Triangle, leaving it as one of the most enduring mysteries of the modern age. Number 6. The Moving Stones of Death Valley. In one of the hottest and driest places on Earth, something strange happens on a remote desert floor. At Racetrack Playa in Death Valley National Park, massive stones weighing hundreds of pounds appear to move across the flat ground on their own, leaving long trails behind them. For decades, no one actually saw the stones move, which only deepened the mystery. Early theories ranged from powerful winds to magnetic forces or even supernatural explanations. It wasn't until relatively recently that scientists began to piece together what might be happening. Research suggests that a rare combination of rain, freezing temperatures, and thin sheets of ice can allow wind to slowly push the stones across the playa. Even so, the precise conditions required are so uncommon that the phenomenon remains extremely rare and difficult to observe. The idea that nature can quietly move massive rocks without human involvement still feels unsettling, especially in a place as silent and lifeless as Death Valley. Number 5. Spontaneous human combustion. For centuries, there have been reports of people bursting into flames without any apparent external cause. Known as spontaneous human combustion, these cases are often discovered after the fact, with a victim reduced to ashes while surrounding objects remain largely untouched. In some instances, furniture, clothing, and even paper nearby show little to no fire damage, making it difficult to explain how such intense heat could be confined to a single body. Scientists generally believe that there must be a conventional explanation, such as the wick effect, where clothing absorbs body fat and burns slowly over time. However, not all cases fit this model neatly. Some involve people with no obvious ignition source, and others show burn patterns that don't align with known fire behavior. While most researchers dismiss spontaneous human combustion as a combination of rare circumstances and misinterpretation, the phenomenon remains deeply unsettling and continues to appear in forensic records and historical accounts. Number 4. Dark matter. When scientists look at the universe, they quickly realize that something doesn't add up. Galaxies spin faster than they should based on the amount of visible matter they contain. Stars on the outer edges of galaxies move as if there's far more mass present than we can actually see. To explain this, scientists propose the existence of dark matter, a mysterious substance that doesn't emit light, reflect radiation, or interact with normal matter in any detectable way. According to current estimates, dark matter makes up about 85% of all matter in the universe, and yet no one has ever directly observed it. Powerful detectors buried deep underground, space-based observatories, and particle accelerators have all searched for evidence, but so far, dark matter remains invisible. Scientists can observe its gravitational effects, but its true nature is still unknown. Whether it consists of undiscovered particles, modified laws of gravity, or something even more exotic, dark matter represents one of the greatest unanswered questions in modern physics. As we move closer to the top of the list, the phenomena become even more profound. Some challenge our understanding of time and space, while others raise questions about the limits of human knowledge itself. And if these mysteries feel unsettling, the final ones may leave you questioning reality in ways you never expected. Number 3. The wow signal. On August 15, 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio detected something that has puzzled scientists for decades. The signal lasted exactly 72 seconds and was so strong and unusual that astronomer Jerry Amon circled the data on the printout and wrote a single word in the margin: wow. The signal appeared to come from the constellation Sagittarius and matched many of the characteristics scientists had predicted for a potential transmission from an intelligent extraterrestrial source. It was narrow-band, powerful, and did not resemble any known natural radio emission. What made the event even more mysterious was that the signal was never detected again, despite repeated attempts to find it. No satellite, aircraft, or terrestrial source could explain it, and no known astronomical phenomenon fit the profile. More than 40 years later, the wow signal remains one of the strongest candidates for a possible extraterrestrial communication ever recorded, yet its true origin is still unknown. Number 2. Consciousness. Despite all of our advances in neuroscience and technology, consciousness remains one of the greatest mysteries science has ever faced. Scientists can map the brain in incredible detail, track electrical impulses, and identify regions responsible for memory, emotion, and decision-making. And yet, no one can explain how subjective experience arises from physical matter. How does a collection of neurons give rise to thoughts, emotions, self-awareness, and the feeling of being alive? This problem, often referred to as the hard problem of consciousness, has no agreed-upon solution. Some researchers believe consciousness is an emergent property of complex systems, while others suggest it may be a fundamental aspect of the universe itself. There are even theories proposing that consciousness exists independently of the brain, with the brain acting as a receiver rather than a generator. Until science can explain how matter becomes mind, consciousness will remain an unsolved phenomenon at the very core of human existence. Number 1. The nature of reality itself. At the top of the list is the most disturbing mystery of all. What is reality? Modern physics has revealed that the universe behaves in ways that defy common sense. At the quantum level, particles can exist in multiple states at once, influence each other across vast distances instantly, and behave differently depending on whether they are observed. Experiments suggest that reality may not exist in a definite state until it is measured. Some interpretations even propose that all possible outcomes occur, each in a separate universe. Others suggest that reality is more like a simulation, governed by underlying rules and information rather than physical substance. Despite centuries of scientific progress, we still do not know what reality truly is or why it exists at all. The deeper we look, the more the universe seems to resist simple explanation. Science is often seen as humanity's greatest tool for understanding the world, and in many ways it is. But these phenomena remind us that knowledge has limits. There are questions we cannot answer, mysteries that persist despite our best efforts, and truths that remain hidden beyond the reach of our instruments. And perhaps that is not a failure of science, but a reminder of how vast and strange the universe truly is. As long as these mysteries remain unsolved, curiosity will continue to drive us forward, searching not just for answers, but for meaning itself.